Warning, the following programming contains offensive subject matter, adult themes, sexual references, adult language, drug references, and plenty of other things that'll piss you right off. If you let your children listen to this, you are officially a bad parent. Listener discretion is advised.
What's up, guys? You're tuned in to the CEO Show. This is CEO of the West Coast, your host with the motherfucking most. And it's Throwback fucking Thursday. But this Thursday we're going to do it a little different. Tonight we decided to focus on one era and one genre. We decided to do 90s rap. Well, late 80s, early 90s fucking rap. So we got a little bit of everything from the East Coast to the West Coast and everywhere in between. It's going to be a fucking lit show. I figured the best way to start this out, though, we got to do some Bone Thugs and Harmony, some old school Bone Thugs and Harmony featuring Eazy-E. Rest in peace, Eazy-E. This is For the Love of Money. Check it out.
For the love of money.
Gotta get on the grind, giving it up to the 9-9. If you slip, you can jump, it fall in the nighttime. Gotta get mine, ain't taking a shot on the lounge and top of the phone. Call up my homie, tape at home, polishing this Mac 10 chrome. Gotta lick, we can hit so cold, the click is once again in the town. To the zone with a flip of bird, my wit to the curb, so I swerve and roll loud. To pick up the rest of my goods, let's straight on the mission for counting up more now. Joe, when I hit the bar, gonna ride like every day with 4 more goods. I'ma roll with and stroll with till we end up in the grave and lay. Put it in the drop lane, we spotted the place and quickly rolled up. Gotta make that money, man. Hopped out of the ride, see flexed and showed up. Fucking the kaboom, so drop it on down with them into the room. Them doom, and I'm shaking the dice and hit them in naturals on them fools, and I'm looking lovely. Yeah, better not think it's funny. I'm coming up quicker than 9 quarts, cause flesh be loving his money.
I'm giving up love to the hustlers, all them sancted hustlers, making that money stand on your feet. And you better believe, gotta have that cheese for the green leaves, never catch me sleep. Steady on the grind, get my stand down from a crime, and I hit up the 9-9. Gotta keep that bankroll, making me say up 20s, nickels and dimes. Here's for sickle for lick up that 211. Gotta get what's mine, been failing. Make kicking up dust from a trailing, failing 187. That's how it is, that I got to have it in the night. What mission to check a meal, to still be real, thugging on the clock, like creeping on the thumb up. Won't sleep till I'm done up, gotta blaze my gun up. Hunt up another plotting scheme, gotta make some great soldiers nut up. What up? Gotta get that business on, even though the Buddha run this done me feeling lovely, but I'm just in it for the love of the money.
Standing on the corner, straight slanging rocks. Oh man, here comes a crooked ass cop. So I dash, I ducks, and I hide behind a tree, making sure the popos don't see me. Now my fat sack of rocks, hell yeah, I stuffed them. Police on my drawers, I had to pause, and yeah, I still don't trust them. Now my game is tight, tight as hell is my game. Eazy-E, CPT or Eric Wright, it's all the same. Now those might trip on how I stacks my grip. I got to have it, yeah, for the love of this stupid sucker.
Every time, follow me down the 9-9, and you will find all I make 9. Check out the rips, the nail, drop down, run them up and I make hood rips. Like when I make it, make grip, when I make click, roll 'em with ruthless. The thug I baby, put 'em in mud, buck 'em in pump wood for the love of money. With nothing to lose, rolling with truth, rolling with thugs, it's going down. Slowly bumping 3 rounds, running with a make gang, bang, gonna make that money, man. It's still the same, steady running things wild. And follow me now, while I take you up into the dark side of me run. See, for the dub get done, for the bud I run.
Ready to death on my flame, up in the stud game. So people's me creeping, me crawling up on the mission back in the days. Crazy was building with thugs that wanted to get paid. But it's just my son that the thugs to rip them up on the mission for money. You give up the gas, now drop it down fast, cause me and my partner was hungry. And if it was stolen, you might get your blow to the temple and bone road dogging. Just make this lick you simple and run to hell with Sandra. Me fellow with buying and double my rivers, remember me billion now. I'm on me dig ya, so deep in the ditching you with it, cause tricky was slipping, I'll get you and rip ya, so walk the down. Steady robbing and stealing, making it killing, get a good dealing, needed a million, making me money with the thugs be chilling. For the money these fools be sending, Cleveland thug, getting off in the brazen scullers. And when I stick them, lick them, remember I get them up for the love of money.
Stoke and get food, walking jack move. Stoke and get food, walking jack move. Stoke and get food, walking jack move.
That was For the Love of Money by Bone Thugs and Harmony featuring Eazy-E. Man, rest in peace Eazy-E, but also some more sad news. Jake Phelps, the editor of Thrasher magazine, was found dead of unknown causes. Now, those of you guys don't remember Thrasher magazine, that magazine was like, it's still around today, but it was big in the 90s, early 2000s, during the whole skateboarding boom when that shit was fucking like, skateboarding was life back then. It really was, man. Everyone, you had your own brand you rode, you only fucked with certain skateboard brands, and fuck, I remember my email was at skateboard.com at the time. Back in the day type shit. For real, I was riding with World Industries boards and shit. It's crazy, but, you know, rest in peace to Jake Phelps, man. And prayers out to his family. But speaking of back in the day, let's get into the song called Back in the Day by Ahmad. This shit always kind of hits me close to home. This is something I listened to when I was like 16, 17, complaining, man, I wish it was better like when in the 90s, because like early 2000s then. Now I listen to this shit and I'm like, fuck, man, I had no clue how much like I missed the old days nowadays, man. It's crazy. Thought I had life all fucking figured out. But let's get into Ahmad back in the day. Check it out.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days
When I was just a little gigolo, I looked up to my bigger bro, begged if I could kick it. So when he went out with girls, I could go tagging along, nagging. If she had a sis, maybe could mac a baby hood rat. You'll remember way back then, when it was 1985, all the way live. I think I was about 10. One of those happy little fools singing the blues that be always trying to bag with the shag and karate shit. Saying, yo, mama black, his mama this, his mama that. Then he get mad and want us crap. We stay mad about 10 minutes, then it's like back on the bike to play hide and go get it with the younger souls by the bungalows. Then switch to playing ding dong ditch when that gets old and too cold to hack it. Threw on a bomber jacket, you could tell the ballers cause they bail wearing gazelles. If they really had money raised, be sporting cakes. And all the girls had they Turkish link. If it broke, then they made earrings to it, like they meant to do it. But sometimes I still sit and reminisce, then think about the years I was raised back in the day.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid
And
again.
everybody
Back in the
say,
days
I
when I was
remember way
young, I'm
back
not a
when.
kid
And
anymore.
everybody
But some
say,
days
I
I sit
remember
and
way
wish I
back
was a
when.
kid
And
again.
everybody
Back in the
say,
days
I
when I
remember
was
way
young, I'm
back
not a
when.
kid anymore.
What? Back
But
in the
some
days.
days I sit and
Back
wish I
in the
was a
day.
kid
I'm
again.
still back in the days, but now the year is 87, 88. That's when my crew and I were in junior high. In 7th grade, I hated school.
Wish it had grown up
No doubt I couldn't wait to get out.
and be a grown up.
But let me finish this, reminiscing and telling about when girls was spelling tight corduroys like for the boys, basket weaves, Nike Cortez and footsie socks, and eating pickles with Tootsie Pops, and it don't stop. I'm glad, cause when JJ Fair did Supersonic, it was kinda like a sport to wear biker shorts or to wear jeans you could smack if you mac right to hoochies with poison airbrushed on they backside. Dudes had on Nike suits and the boomers with the fat laces, cause it was either that or K-Swiss. I miss those days, so I pout like a grown jerk. Wish it all I had to do now was finish homework. It's true, you don't realize really what you got till it's gone. And I'm not gonna sing another sad song, but sometimes I do sit and reminisce, then think about the years I was raised back in the day.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid
And
again.
everybody
Back in the
say,
days
I
when I was
remember way
young, I'm
back
not a
when.
kid
And
anymore.
everybody
But some
say,
days
I
I sit
remember
and
way
wish I
back
was a
when.
kid
And
again.
everybody
Back in the
say,
days
I
when I
remember
was
way
young, I'm
back
not a
when.
kid
What?
anymore.
Back
But
in the
some
day.
days I sit
Wait,
and
back in the day. Well, it's a morning. I figured that now
because I'm 18 years old, and guess you can say I'm holding down a steady job and crew steady mobbing, you steady bobbing your head, and I'm paid, so I got it made, but didn't always have clout. Used to live in South Central LA, that's where I stayed and figured a way out. I gave it all I had, so for what it's worth, I went from rags to riches, which is a drag, but now I'm first, so.
That was a mod, but back in the day. You know, we couldn't get into some 90s hip-hop without talking about Dr. Dre, though. He was one of the main key players of the 90s hip-hop scene. Like, he brought gangster rap out at the forefront, him and Ice-T. And it's crazy, you know, fun fact about that not really a lot of people know about Dr. Dre and his whole movement and what he's been doing with his career. When he left Death Row, and like even in the movie when he said, I'm going to start a new label, it's going to be called Aftermath, it wasn't originally supposed to be called Aftermath. He originally was going to call it Black Market Records. Then he found out there was already a Black Market Records out in Sacramento. Shout out to Ced Singleton and Roderick Singleton out there in fucking Sac. But he actually, with Black Market, you know, Dr. Dre actually went out there to Sacramento, approached them. He wanted to try and buy Black Market Records. There's a news article on it and everything. They wouldn't sell. They wouldn't sell for what he was offering. And you know what? It's good they didn't, because they ended up creating their own lane, and they were the ones who really made it big for Northern California. You know, and I think had they sold, we wouldn't have as much clout in Northern Cali as we do now with the hip-hop scene. It would still be, I mean, no hate on LA, but it would still be just LA. You know, we wouldn't have as much clout with the gangster rap era. I mean, Mac Dre came out of the Bay and shit like that, but we didn't really have a whole lot of people in Sacramento like Black Market Records. They were the ones who put people on in Sacramento, out in the valley. So big shout out to Black Market. But yeah, that's kind of a fun fact. And then he, after they wouldn't sell, he decided, okay, I'm just going to call it Aftermath then. So Aftermath was actually his second choice for a name. But we're going to get into this song here. This is actually back in his Death Row days. It's off the first Chronic album. It's called Let Me Ride. Check it out.
Biatch.
What no baby? You look good now you carry. Long time I watch you, I want chat to you, and you go on like you don't want chat to me. So what I'm Dre? Tell him what the fuck I go on now.
Creeping down the back street on D's. I got my Glock cocked cause niggas want these. No soon as I said it, seems I got sweated by some nigga with a Tech 9 trying to take mine. You wanna make noise, make noise. I make a phone call, my niggas coming like the Gotti boys. Bodies being found on Greenleaf with the fucking heads cut off. Motherfucker, I'm Dre. So listen to the play-by-play, day by day. Rolling in my 4 with 16 switches. And got sounds for the bitches, clocking all the riches. Got the hollow points for the snitches. So won't you just walk on by, cause I'm too hard to lift. And no, this ain't Aerosmith, it's the motherfucking DRE from the CPT. On a riding spree, a straight G. Hop back as I pop my top, you trip. I let the hollow points commence to pop, 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 yeah. Cause if it don't stop, I have to put my shit in reverse. Go back and take another spot, cause I'm rolling in my 6-4. With all the niggas saying hell yeah. With all the niggas saying hell yeah. Just another motherfucking day for Dre, so I begin like this. No medallions, dreadlocks, or black fists. It's just that gangster glare with gangster raps. That gangster shit makes the gangs of snaps. Word to the motherfucking streets. And word to these hype-ass lyrics and dope beats that I hit you with, that I get you with as I groove in my 4 on D's. Hitting the switches, bitches relax while I get my proper swerve on. Bumping like a motherfucker, ready to get my serve on. But before I hit the dope spot, gotta get the chronic, the Remy Martin and my soda pop. Now I'm smelling like Indonesia. Bus stop full of fly bitches and skeezers. On my dick cause my 4 on hit. Pancake front and back, side to side and all that shit. So when I crawl I comes correct. Now if your bitch in my shit, it's your bitch you check, nigga. Now let the Chevrolet slide as I dip and make a trip to the south side, yeah. Rolling in my 6-4. What all the bitches saying?